Kingdom fam, I'm back with another episode, and we're going to take a pause on debunking self sabotage, and we're going to step into boundaries because as believers, we need to make sure that we have boundaries. And so, the title of this here's episode is Boundaries dot Devotion, because boundaries without devotion is chaos. And I can really say that because I recently came back from a trip with my family. And on the trip, my family, when you do vacation, you don't have a set schedule for anything. You just, well, for our family vacations, we just do whatever, go out, have a good time, and that's cool. But what I noticed was that I was getting spiritually hangry. So if you know how it is to get physically hungry, you know how sometimes you're a little bit irritable, sometimes you're a little bit short, sometimes your tone is a little bit dry. And not saying that I was those things, but I was just over it. Like me. Because I did not have my boundaries set in my devotion time included with my boundaries being set, I was on a trip like, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home so I can go spend time with God. And not saying that I couldn't spend time with God on my vacation, because I did. But it's something about having your boundaries set that needs to be concluded for your entire life. And it can't be put on pause when you go on trips or if you do something else that's outside of your everyday life. Because when you do not do your steady devotion, it does affect you spiritually, internally, because you are not eating the daily bread, which is the scriptures and the word of God. So, as I was on this trip, you guys, I was sitting there just like, okay, up all night, playing games and, having a good time. But me having a good time with my family was not feeding me spiritually, because what I need to do was have my daily devotional time at home, prayer, scriptures, meditating. And I like to do all that secluded, just by myself, just me and God. And we have our time supping together, enjoying each other time. So 3 things that I can really emphasize and say about boundaries is that without your boundaries, you do not have any set life or any set areas that need to be warded off from people. You need that. Sometimes, like literally the actual time that's on a clock, you need to say, this is a set time right here that I need to go spend time with God, because it's going to lead you into having a filled spirit. And when your spirit is fed, you okay to go on through. When your spirit is fed, somebody could be cutting the clown. You could be like, God bless them, and go on about your business because you ate. Like, we all been there before when you go to your family house and it's a holiday, but you already know that they're going to be 2 hours after they told you. So you eat before you come, so you not sitting in their house hungry. That's what that's like. When you feed your spirit, it's that you're already feeding your soul and your mind to debunk the things that the enemy might try to put against you and oppose you throughout your day. So when you go throughout your day, you already fed, you got your scriptures that you holding on to, you had a great conversation with God this morning or whenever time that was, and you can go on throughout your day. You'd be like, oh, I'm so glad I had my daily devotion. You tried it, devil, but you lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why your boundaries for the devotion is so important. The second pointer for boundaries. So the first one is time. The second one is area. You need to make sure you have a set area for wherever you go. Not saying it has to be, this is the assigned area, but this is the area that you're going to do your devotion wherever you go. So for example, when I was doing my, on my trip, I decided to do it like a patio or just a set area in the restroom or whatever it was to get my time literally individually with God, because you can always, include people, but sometimes when you in your devotional time, you want just you and God. And so for me, I just wanted me and God. So my area was the restroom. I found peace in a nice hot bubble bath and reading my scriptures and meditating off the Encounter app, where I have a scripture that I repeat that go along with the guided meditation that he is doing for Christian meditation. The third pointer in your set devotion / boundaries is consecration. You need to have an undevoted consecration like mindset. So when you go into your trip, or if you're doing something, say you have to go out of town for an emergency and you're helping someone, you're like, man, I know I'm supposed to be here to help them, but I really need to go spend time with God. However it is, or you're spending time with your friends, any impromptu thing that isn't set of your everyday life, make sure your mindset can wrap around of, okay, this is important. This is what I need to do. I need to go in my secluded area and set my set time. Doesn't matter if you have to get up at 4 a.m, because if you're in an area where it's just a hotel room and it's you and your friend, and you know your friend gonna be asleep at a certain time, and you want to spend time with God individually by one-on-one, wake up early. Or when she go to sleep, do it then. Like however you need to get your devotional time in for your impromptu trips, it's necessary, and you should really go forth and do it, because these devotional times, these set boundaries for your devotional life will prosper you and bless you and keep you in all seasons. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, on that trip, I woke up, I didn't go to bed till like 2 something that morning. I woke up at 7, said, let's go. Packed the car up, we headed home. And I was driving like 100 to get home, because I was ready to go spend time with God. I was ready to be by myself and enjoy that time. What I notice is it doesn't matter what I'm doing or where I'm at. If I do not have my one-on-one time with God, the trip is like, it's boring. I can't do it. I don't want to do it because I need it. Like, my spirit is set on eating. Like, if you eat 3 days a meal and all of a sudden you said, I'm just not going to eat today, your body going to be like, what are you doing? We're hungry. Feed us. And so, you have to get into these points where you are regularly feeding yourself, and then it just builds up. It's like, for example, when you're eating food, I have built up stored fat in my body. So when something happened, if I have to stop eating for a couple of months, I can survive because I have stored fat within my body. And so just how you are reading your scriptures and spending time with God, that is exactly how it is. You are storing wisdom, you are storing scriptures, and you are feeding your spirit. So when time of affliction, opposition, and oppression come, you can pull on what you already know, because God is equipping you. He is storing you. He is like feeding you for the time that's to come. I hope this is beneficial. And remember, guys, you need your time, space, and you need your mind, a consecrated mind for your set boundaries for devotion. I love you, and I hope this is beneficial, and I will see you.